I've covered a good number of virtual tabletops in the short life of this channel, and I'll certainly cover plenty more. And since talking about various VTTs, I've had a number of folks come to me and say, "Those look great and all, but we just use D&D Beyond and Discord. We don't want to have to learn how to use some complicated virtual tabletop on top of that, or even some program alongside of it, constantly switching windows." Well, what if you really didn't have to? What if you could just use the clean and amazing resource that is D&D Beyond, all on a virtual tabletop that combines the ease of use of Owlbear Rodeo with many of the robust features of Roll20 or Foundry? And what if it was as easy to get as a free browser extension for Chrome? At this point, what I'm saying might sound like more of a fantasy than the setting old Papa Gygax gave us, but I assure you it is very much real, and it is called AboveVTT. While it might only currently be an alpha, it is available to use and frankly already works so well that it might actually get me to stop using Foundry for Dungeons & Dragons. I'm not kidding. Let me show you. Come with me. To use this, you and your players will first need to get the AboveVTT Chrome extension. Now, go to the campaign you are going to play in D&D Beyond and either click AboveVTT Join as DM if you're, the DM, or join AboveVTT on your character to join as a player. Next, play. You're done. No special downloads, no programs, no account to sign up for beyond the Beyond account you already have. There's no need to import your character sheet, items, spells, any of that. If you made your character in D&D Beyond, it's here. What's more, the ability to share the official descriptions, sometimes even pictures, are there at the click of a button. And if you click to roll something on your character sheet, boom, that's shared with everyone. A big deal, the game log in the encounter builder does that already. First off, nobody uses that damn thing. Second, yeah, that's what this is. This is the game log from the encounter builder. AboveVTT is bringing that, along with the character sheets and all the other resources, together onto one beautiful screen. Character sheets, monsters, game logs, and putting it all over a shockingly easy-to-use battle map system. Hey DM, need to get a new battle map on the fly? Find the picture you need online, copy the image URL, paste it into a new scene, size the grid, done. No download, upload, yada yada. Need to bring in your players' characters as a token? Click done. Want to bring in an on-keg for them to fight? Try to remember how the hell to spell on-keg. Done. Click a few menus and you're clicking buttons to roll attacks, damage, crits, advantage, disadvantage, whatever. And on top of that, enemy health represented for your players by color, fog of war, concentration check reminders when spellcasters take damage, shapes! You can even use live video from YouTube as your map background. What even is this? Hey, who's that handsome fella? Oh, and another handsome fella because, oh look, integrated Jitsi video chat that, in all my testing, actually worked better than the video chat in all the other virtual tabletops or even Zoom and Discord. So tell me, is there anything AboveVTT doesn't do? I mean, yeah. No shared music, no journal or note entries, no importing unique art or token assets, unless you make them as homebrew monsters on your D&D Beyond account, which totally works, so whatever. You can't move the drawings, no line of sight mechanics, you can't... I don't know, I'm sure there is other stuff that VTTs like Foundry, Roll20, and Fantasy Grounds do better. There are definitely things I can do in Foundry that are way more advanced than this. The thing is, to get those bigger virtual tabletops working smoothly takes a lot of work and prep for DMs. And typically a lot more learning from players, who don't always want to do that. Are those fancier tabletops really worth it? Oh, I mean, sometimes, yeah, for sure. I run a few pretty massive campaigns with tons of locations, notes, NPCs, stuff to track and manage, along with an audio library and all sorts of stuff. Foundry, my VTT of choice, has really helped me to organize all that. But if I'm gonna run a smaller campaign or a one-shot, especially with players who aren't familiar with Foundry, I want to be able to get a game up and running with minimal work. And since all of my resources are already on D&D Beyond, a VTT that directly uses that? Kinda handy. The thing is, I've talked to a number of DMs who don't want to deal with learning and managing the more complex virtual tabletops, and I can't blame them. Everyone wants different levels of involvement in their D&D games. I don't begrudge them not wanting to learn about importing images and managing permissions and updating mods and Plus, I've seen players struggle to learn Roll20 after months of use. But AboveVTT, I'd recommend this to those people in a heartbeat. It's easy. Even the people I know who struggle with technology could manage this no problem because it's using D&D Beyond, which is an amazingly simple interface. Mostly. Seriously, if you've been running your games over Discord or Zoom or Skype, AboveVTT will be a shockingly easy transition and honestly make your remote gaming that much better. Even if you're the kind of folks who use Theater of the Mind instead of battle maps, put on a crackling fire or stormy sky video background and just use the video chat, character sheets, game log, and all that on one perfect little screen. I know AboveVTT won't be for everyone. Lots of you out there don't want to give up all the amazing features found in those slick premium programs, and that's fair. If you've taken the time to learn how to drive stick and really get the most out of a vehicle, you don't typically want to go back to driving an automatic. But as a forever DM, let me tell you, I've learned that I'm often willing to give up some precision control if I can instead have ease of use. And it doesn't get much easier than a nice automatic transmission car like AboveVTT. My metaphors on this channel are really just awful. Seriously, AboveVTT might just be the perfect balance of approachable and featureful. What's more, it might only be in its alpha, but it is, in my opinion, 100% ready to run some awesome games right now. I even got to talk to a member of their team, and while I can't divulge any of the secrets they told me, let me tell you, they've got some awesome improvements coming down the pipeline regularly. Whether your group has been looking for a way to play remotely with plenty of features and a really small barrier to entry, or maybe you're just a DM who wants to simplify and make their game prep easier, AboveVTT is definitely worth the absolutely free, but you should totally go support their Patreon, price tag. It certainly isn't for everyone. No virtual tabletop is. Everyone has different needs. Some folks only want the absolute basics, others want something with more buttons than a space shuttle. And obviously, since AboveVTT is working off of D&D Beyond, if you and your players don't already use D&D Beyond and have your supplemental materials available on it digitally, this wouldn't actually be all that free, and thus might not be worth the investment to you. But I think for a lot of Dungeons & Dragons groups out there who have been struggling to get into remote play, this VTT is an absolute must. And I think that wraps up today's session. If you enjoyed this video, why not give it a like or subscribe for more content like this? There's a bell, that does something. I got a Twitch where I play games, I got a Patreon, I do another YouTube channel where I make the funny videos. It's all in the description down below. And then I say something else. Was there something else I need to talk about? I don't know.